My neighbor's funeral notice arrived taped to my door, but I hadn't known he died. A man I'd never met who lived 3 floors down, so I walked to the building lobby to check the board. The obituary had my name on it as the next of kin, even though my mother is alive and my credit cards still work. I stood there holding the printed paper, heart thudding, and thought, okay, this is a sick joke. But then a woman from the mail room smiled at me like she'd been waiting for me to arrive. At home that night, the lights flickered twice, exactly when I stepped into the bathtub, and as the bulb stuttered, the mirror fogged over even though it wasn't steaming. The fog spelled a date, 3 weeks from today, and then a name I didn't recognize underneath it. I rubbed at the glass and the letters sank back into the silvering like something breathing under the finish. I kept telling myself it was stress, that grief from other people's deaths leaked into us all somehow, even though I hadn't cried since I was 9. The next morning, I woke to voicemail alerts. 1 missed call from my landlord, 1 from my sister, and a text that said simply, "Call me before it's too late." My sister's voice on the voicemail begged me to come to their house. She sounded terrified in a way that made my teeth ache. I turned the voicemail off and pulled my hoodie up, because the hallway felt too loud. Every tile echoed with footsteps I wasn't making. I left for the corner store, and when I came back, the doormat was gone, and there was a small mound of dirt on the hallway floor with a single, perfect footprint pressed into it like a stamp. That night, the apartment slept wrong. My phone alarm chimed at 3:03 a.m., and when I reached to turn it off, there was a message on the screen from myself. "Don't answer the knock." The message wasn't typed. It was my handwriting, loopy and messy, the same slant I used in college notebooks. I sat bolt upright so hard my head hit the ceiling and felt, quite literally, a pressure wrap around the room like someone drawing the walls inward. The knock came seconds later, 3 slow, deliberate raps, then a pause, then one more, as if someone counted me down. I didn't get up. I whispered to the dark that I wasn't home, that I was traveling, that whoever wanted me would have the wrong apartment. The knocking shifted into a soft scraping along the doorframe, like fingernails reading Braille. Through the peephole, the hallway looked like a photograph. Still, empty, nothing but my own breath fogging the glass from the inside. I slid the deadbolt into place and stayed rigid until the sun leaked through the blinds. When I finally dared to check the security footage, the timestamp jumped in uneven jerks. The video began with me asleep on the couch. For 3 minutes, there was nothing. Then the image fuzzed and a figure appeared on the other side of the glass. A tall thing with waterlogged hair and a collar that seemed sewn wrong. It reached up with hands that were all thumbs and pressed its face to the peephole. The figure's lips moved slowly in a loop that the audio failed to capture. When the camera zoomed in, one eye looked directly at me, and I could read its eyelid like a sliver of paper. "We kept your future safe." I don't know who we are. I do know the date on the mirror is closer now. I haven't slept properly in days, and there's a smell of wet soil in my apartment that the landlord says doesn't exist. I talk to friends and they laugh nervously and tell me to file a police report, so I called once. And the dispatcher asked what building I was in and then said, "We don't show any record for that address," even though my lease is in my pocket and the key fits the door. I don't know whether to leave or to wait, whether moving will help or whether we will simply follow the soil into the next unit. On the fridge tonight, in condensation from the closed window, someone has written, "Don't forget to pack."